Hey guys, Kev here, and I got an unboxing to do for you. This one comes by way of G1. So I think so. Anyway, this is a Fidget dealer that sends me some stuff to check out. And I'm going to unbox it with my Hoback Knives Quayback button lock. I'm really enjoying this. Surprisingly so. I really didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. I thought I would think it's cool and unique and whatever, but I didn't think I'd like really like it. But I do. I kind of love it. So check these out. They're on the Hoback website. They are $480, but I see the build quality here. I think these might be made by We. It's hard to tell, but somebody mentioned that, and it kind of makes sense because We does pretty well with button locks. But it could be Riot or something. But I don't know. We tends to do pretty good with button locks, and that would make some sense to me. So we'll open it with that. I don't want to show my address, and it's kind of a big box. So I'm just going to do it right over here. Using the front tip here on this, we can try the secondary. Yeah, works just as well. Probably going to need that again in a second. Look at that Mars Valley fat carbon. We only have two things. This might be a quicker one for you. So I actually, turns out I have two of these on the way now. Big White EDC also just sent me one of these. I think this is the 01 EDC Pod 2 in Zirc. I got a little confused. I thought they were saying they were sending the pod, which we'll talk about. But then we have a Mackie Robot Arm in Zirconium. So let's check that out. I think that's going to be a spinner. And I thought I already had a robotic arm from them, but maybe it's a different one. Mackie makes good stuff. I do want to mention that G1 is a Fidget retailer. I'll have a link in the description. You can use my code LeftyEDC and save 10% off. Now, their pricing is really good. Their site and Big White EDC are both fantastic dealers. I recommend both. Both of them you can use code LeftyEDC for whatever you want. There's like one brand that's excluded from that, but G1, Big White EDC, fantastic companies. Go check them out. I'm going to say for these products here, go check out G1. And then when I unbox stuff from Big White, I will say to go there. I like both of them. So here we go. This is in Zirc. I think I had one of these. This must be a new version or something. So let's pop that out. We're going to see what we get. Oh, look at that. A real screwdriver in here. Interesting. I wonder what that's for. I'll show you how that works in a second. It comes with Loctite? Okay. Wow, they're really adding some stuff in here. And then we have an extra bearing. You guys know I'm not a big fan of these basic bearings, but you know what? It is what it is. And then you get the tool in there, or it might be a little logo or something. A little keychain guy, something like that. So I usually keep all this stuff in the box in case I give this away, sell it, whatever, because I tend to do that. I'm just not, as big into the fidgets as I used to be. We'll fold this up. Do we have a number here of some sort? No numbering? Maybe it's on the bottom. Yep, it is number 197 of 200. So here you go if you want to look this up. Robotic arm is what you want to search under Mackie. And you can see here it's made in Guangdong, which is, I believe, that's the same town or city or state as where the knives are made. So basically, the way this works is you see these arms. When you spin it, the arms actually pop out. It looks like they're magnetic, so they pop back down as well. So you'll see when I give it a good rip, it might go one way or the other. We'll see. The arms pop out like this, and it spins around in a big circle like that, which is pretty dang cool. And then it falls back down when you stop it. Now let's try it this way, because the jimping is kind of on this side. Yeah, that feels a little smoother to deploy. And then see if we can watch it knock back down. So you can see they stretch out and they spin like this, fully deployed, and it really gives it this like cyberpunk kind of feel. I will say the one I had, I think, was maybe a different brand, and it was a similar product. I think it was like a Wanwu or whatever, and it definitely was way less quality. This feels like it works really well. It feels solid. I would love to see what a I almost hesitate to say the word good bearing would be. Oh, and it's nice to see this might be a retention bearing, which would make it easy to swap, so we can mess around with that. I really like to put in better bearings. Now, this is not gonna fit in there, so I don't know what that's for exactly. And then what's the Loctite for? Oh, okay, I see. These go in here. So you can take those out. I'm just going to tighten them. I don't know why you would mess with it. Does it change anything when you do that? Well, now I have it all. So I'm thinking that this guy is going to help me disassemble it. Yep. Ugh. There we go. Now you could use the Loctite for this too. You could probably put the Loctite on the screw there or whatever, but I don't know, that seems silly. So we are going to unscrew, push, and it's going to pop out. And here's your bearing. It's kind of a quiet, it's called a shield bearing or shielded bearing. And then here I have a bunch of bearings, so we can see what up. So these are I think the just cheapo stainless ones. I have a few C bearings, and then I have hybrids. I'm going to try this hybrid. These are the ones I want to be good, and I just haven't had them work out yet. So let's give it a shot here. Drop one of these in here. Just pop it in. I think I tried one of these in the other Mackie, the Drop, I think it was called. That was a cool piece too. I can compare this to a couple spinners. I still have like 3 spinners. I am mostly a fan of Zirc or tungsten mostly a fan of Zirc or tungsten when it comes to spinners, but also was thinking, I don't know if these would fit. It's almost the right size, it seems like. It seems kind of silly, but, and I'm guessing because of the retention part, it's not going to work. Oh, yeah, it's not going to work. So, this is the M3 Metal Creations Trank OG in tungsten. And then I have an NJT hand power button and a C bearing. You can hear it kind of training around. That's kind of the signature sound of a C bearing. Kind of sounds like a freight train going around. But it tends to be kind of slow, if you know what I mean. So that is not what we put in here, although I would like to try that at some point if this does not work out. So in here we now have the hybrid bearing, and let's see what happens. Okay, we got a little bit of a screech. Not any major sounds or anything. I can feel it kind of binding a little bit. Probably going to slow down pretty quick if I'm guessing right, but we'll see. You hear it? But it might just need to break in too. Feels pretty smooth. Doing pretty well. Slowing down now. I don't know. I'm just not super impressed with these. They don't really give me much satisfaction more than the basic bearing does. You know what I mean? I just expected a little bit more. But it's breaking in, I think. It's got, it's just something you got to sit around with and, swap out, try different things, and use. So let's just put this aside for a second, and we'll check the other thing out, and then we'll go back to this. So people who just want to check the stuff out and leave can do that. Here's a quick look, though, at the other Zirc spinners I have on hand. So this is the Mackie Robot Arm. This is the Tri-Mushroom. This is probably my favorite right now. I have a C-bearing in there. You can hear that thing chugging away. Fantastic spinner. Just feels really good in the hand. Great grip, great rip. Great sound, great feel. I really like this sort of weird blasted looking zirconium. And then this is the 01EDC sausage. Same thing, C-bearing. If you guys can't tell, there's a little bit of a theme here. I like the C-bearing. I've tried to get away from it, but I end up going back to it because it just has a good sound and feel. Lots of feedback, lots of sound. It sounds like a propeller, There's a size comparison for anybody interested. And then, of course, the M3 Metal Creations OG Trank. So maybe we'll try the C-bearing in here in a minute. Let's set that aside. And let's get the other guy out. Oops. I can put this stuff away. Interesting that it comes with Loctite. That's pretty unique for a Fidget to do that. Or anything, really. Most things don't come with Loctite. So this one here is going to be the Pod 2. And at least I'm pretty sure. And this one is, I think, just a larger version of the Pod. And I really like the Pod. The Pod is kind of like, the best 01 that I've had. And if this is larger and more CP3-ish, this could be absolute fire. So we're going to find out. Pod 2 right there. 1 of 50. Whoo! Your boy got number 1. Guess this is international number 1 of 50. Oh, it's smaller than I expected. So it's still tiny. Still not. Look at that. Number 1, baby. And we're going to have to rip right through it. Anything in here? Nothing. Oh, wait. There was the, this. Yeah, nothing. So it is what it is. Let's see what it is. What it is. Here it is. So it can fit on a keychain, it seems like. Put this aside so you can get a good picture. Polished Zirc. Not my favorite, but hey. And hopefully it goes both ways. So let's see. So she said, nope. 2 clicks out. Oh, yeah, that's good. You hear that? Ooh. And then you can come from down here. Wow, that's good. Yeah. I wish it was blasted so I could get better grip. Dude, if they make one of these that's just like 50% larger, oh my God, it would be amazing. But even as is, this is by far my favorite 01 product I've ever handled. Right out of the gate, this is amazing. So does it come apart? I think I saw that it does. Oh, you have to. Okay. So it's very much like the Pod, where you just have these little circles that sit into the other side. And then under here, we have a little bit of writing. I'm going to try to read it myself before Man, I gotta zoom in on that, but you're not gonna milk it. Oh, 01 EDC Zirc 1 of 50 International. See, I was saying that earlier. And then this one comes off of here. So here's your pieces, like that. And I'm guessing it doesn't matter which way you put it back in, as long as they all pop back together. Oh my God, this is absolute fire, guys. Yeah, very small, very manageable. The fact that you could drop this onto a key ring, you could drop it onto a necklace and wear it and then take it off and rock it, because it pushes away from this. You know, you could just hold the lanyard or whatever and go to town with it, no problem. I love the jimping up here. Look at that, nice jimping. I'll zoom in on that as well. Even though it's polished and I'm a sweaty guy, I'm not having any issue, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. This is the best Fidget since the CP3 in terms of a track style slider. I mean, look at that. It just looks amazing when it's sliding. Look at that. Very futuristic looking. Oh yeah, this thing's a beauty. And then it kind of looks, you know, clean and aesthetically appealing when it's closed. So if you were carrying it, you know, it's pretty unassuming. Not that Fidget needs to be. So size comparison. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my, I don't have like a CP3 here or anything. Mine is in the truck. I only have one anymore. I keep it in the truck, and then I have the pod in my work backpack. So what do I have? I have a bunch of 3D printed stuff. I have those sliders. Oh, here. All right. I'm trying to think of some stuff that Fidget folks would have. Sorry, I just got a lot of stuff right here. All right. So let's start with the robotic arm. You can see the size comparison there. And then you have the chill pill. We'll take the extra dose out. Chill pill. Pretty similar in size. It's sort of between, I would say it's more towards the pod in size, but maybe, you know, slightly bigger. Not quite CP3 size, although it might be the same thickness. But there you go. But it takes up about the same pocket space as a chill pill, just a little thinner, right? Here is a Compoform Laugh Now, Cry Later coin. Size comparison there. Actually, let me put this back. I think that's about it, guys. Here's the M3 OG right there. See that size comparison. Oh, NJT coin. What do I have on me? I do have one on me right here. Which one did I grab today? Oh, perfect. Blasted Zirc. Yeah, man, that's so good. There you go. And you can see the difference here between polished zirconium and blasted. So all this stuff you saw has been blasted. And this is even almost, it's like a, I don't know what you would call this. It's not necessarily a polish. It's not a, it's like a, I don't know. It's like they blast it and then polish it. It's weird. But you can see it's very similar on these two pieces right here. But they're all very similar. Blasted, zirconium, and then this is a polish. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Put this back in here. And I'm wondering if some of these will fit in my Fidget slip I got. This will fit a CP3. stuff like that. This should slide right in there, but it's kind of fat, you know. It wasn't meant to be for something that fat. But even some, you know, slider or spinners fit in there pretty good. Anyway, you got a really good idea here of it. This is an insta buy, guys. So if you see the Pod 2 on their website, go buy it immediately. You will not be disappointed in the least. You know, the only issue you could have is if, you know, they start popping magnets, which has been a thing with 01. But, man, if you're chasing the clicks like me, this one's kind of woken me back up, guys. I've fallen out of the fidgets a lot. I still love checking them out and all that, but I'm not chasing them or anything. But this is like reawakening something in me. So if that means anything, there you go. So that's the Pod 2. Let's see what we can do with this guy. I mean, this, you know, that bearing's fine, but I want to slap a C in here and see what happens. So, see what happens. All right. I got to put all this stuff back up here. Okay, so do I have any loose C bearings is the question. Does not look like it. I have 3 new ones left, so let's see about this. Did I put the thing back in here? Yep, okay. So this bearing was okay, but honestly, you could just stick with the stock one if you're going to go with this. So I am a bit disappointed by these hybrids I picked up. I got these from FTO, Full Throttle Originals. They sell bearings. They also sell C-type bearings, but not much luck in terms of, at least for me, what I like. These hybrids have not been great. Those are with the black balls. I do have some with white, but we are going to give a C bearing a shot. I'm down to 3, but I literally just don't spin, so it doesn't matter very much. Try to be careful here. And just pop it in. I like to pop it in face down if I can. Less likely to get something in there if I... There we go. Pop it in. Start rotating. And we hope we get a good one. And that's all we can do. Okay, you guys ready? Let's see if the inner... Okay, decent sign right there. Let me get a good rip. Here we go, guys. So, here's my impression. My impression is, because of the design of the spinner being this arm thing that pops out, you don't have a lot of center mass. And because of that, the sound escapes out of there. So any good feedback / sound you would get from the bearing, like in this case, you have a lot of mass in this area around the bearing. And that sort of reverberates through. You have mass right here, right? Reverberates through. On this one, it's a little different, but because of the design, the way it's tall like this, and these buttons are kind of huge, and there is some mass along here, you get a unique sound. This, I think because it all wings out like this, away from the button, it kind of dampens it. But we also have to allow it to break in. So I think what I'm going to do is just rock it with the C bearing. It seems solid. It sounds pretty good. I mean, do I think it's going to spin for 20 minutes? No. I'm hoping it'll make it like a minute. But, you know, that's not really the point of a C-bearing. It's just supposed to spin long enough to get your fix, and then you rip it again, right? That's kind of the point with a C-bearing. And honestly, I think that's kind of the point with this design, is to have it flap open, flap down, flap open, flap down, right? And we'll see how this bearing breaks in as we go. One thing I'm noticing is I'm not necessarily finding a great location to rip. The best I'm finding is obviously right here on the ends, giving it a good snap. I can obviously get it to rip pretty well, and then here I can grab on this side and get that jimping. But nothing is quite... Yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah, nothing's quite as intuitive as a rounded edge like this, where you just snap down, right? You just catch and snap. Same thing here. Rounded corner, catch and snap. Here you have rounded edges right here that you snap down, or what I like to do is just catch this whole area and you snap that down. So the ring came down there. The arm, sorry. And then here you're catching right here. Might just be a matter of getting used to it. That's starting to feel pretty good, honestly. So we'll see how she breaks in. I'll just leave it here at the desk, and that's kind of what I do. And then during the day, I'll just rip at it. You know, maybe I'll take it with me to work tomorrow instead of my NJT coin, because I can't use the coin at work. I kind of just carry it. It's just kind of something I like to have on me at this point. But yeah, I like it. It is cool. So if it's something you're into, I can attest that the quality here is really good. It is 10 times better than that Wanwu thing or whatever it was I checked out. These arms come out real nice. It looks freaking cool. You know, both of these look gnarly, and I like that a lot. But the winner here is the Pod 2. This is a home run. So check out the 01EDC Pod 2. I'll probably have another unboxing of it along with some other stuff when that package comes from Big White. But for now, go check out g1.com in the description. Use my code LeftyTEN. You'll save 10%. I'll get a little bit of a kickback, which is cool. And yeah, so appreciate it. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.